I'm Matt. I'm co-founder and director of Kidd Aitken ESG, which is a new consultancy dedicated to helping law firms with their sustainability transitions. Kidd Aitken ESG came about through, well, I'd say there wasn't any one particular thing. It was a number of things. Firstly, by virtue of the fact that we have worked with hundreds of law firms throughout the world, working with managers, business development teams, senior partners. We really have our finger on the pulse in terms of what's going on. So we hear a lot about the increasing demand from clients in terms of ESG metrics, ESG strategies. They want to know that they are working with a legal service provider whose values align with their own. We're hearing that more and more. It's becoming a key element of business development teams' work when they're putting together pitches. And so hearing how significant ESG is for our clients became a real driving force behind the creation of Kidd Aitken ESG. Another element that really fed into the creation of Kidd Aitken ESG was my own personal interest in sustainability. I've spent the past few years studying for a master's in the subjects of environmental policy and corporate sustainability, and having worked with Kidd Aitken's ESG's sister brand, Kidd Aitken Legal Marketing, for several years now, I wanted to combine that experience of working with some of the world's leading law firms with my experience in corporate sustainability. There are a couple of reasons why law firms are paying more and more attention to this, aside from the fact that addressing ESG issues is a duty of all organizations, whatever they may be, and it obviously includes legal service providers. ESG is of particular importance for law firms in a couple of key respects. Firstly, clients want to work with law firms whose values align with their own. It is increasingly apparent that sophisticated corporate clients want to see their law firms publishing their own positions on key ESG issues. They want to see data being reported, especially because it facilitates their own reporting obligations, and it's becoming a burden on law firms, and we want to help them address that. The second reason ESG is of particular importance to law firms is the talent side of things. We're increasingly hearing about this war for talent, and one way that firms can really distinguish themselves is by taking a strong stance on ESG. Younger lawyers in particular really want to work for firms that they feel have taken a similar stance to them on key environmental and social sustainability issues. We want to help firms understand what their lawyers want, what their future lawyers want, and we want to help them shape the ESG strategies that will allow them to deliver on those key points. By virtue of having worked with hundreds of law firms across the world on legal marketing issues, we really have our finger on the pulse in terms of what's going on. So we get to have conversations with senior partners, CMOs, and business development teams in major law firms and boutiques across the world. This means we've had conversations about key ESG issues. We're hearing how important it is becoming for their clients that they really address these points, that they talk about these points, that they deliver in terms of both environmental and social sustainability. And so we feel that we're extremely well placed now to launch Kidd Aitken ESG and to really deliver in providing firms with that sustainability consultancy that they need.